What if Earth was a cube? Imagine waking up one morning, stepping outside, and seeing the horizon suddenly bent at a sharp angle. No curves, no smooth edges, just one giant flat face stretching out to infinity. What if Earth wasn't round at all, but a cube? Sounds impossible. Let's find out. First, let's remind ourselves why Earth is round in the first place. It's all about gravity. Gravity pulls everything toward the center, equally from all directions. And the only shape where every point balances this pull perfectly is a sphere. But there's another hidden reason: energy. Every shape has potential energy. For planets, it comes from how mass is arranged under gravity. The formula is U equals negative gm squared over r, where g is the gravitational constant, m is the planet's mass, and r is its radius. If a planet is lumpy and uneven, its effective radius is bigger, which means less negative energy, a higher, less stable state. Nature doesn't like that. Nature always tries to minimize energy, and the lowest energy shape under gravity is a sphere. That's why planets, stars, and even tiny water droplets all try to be round. It's the universe's shortcut to balance. But let's break the rules for a moment. What if Earth had six massive flat faces, sharp corners, and towering edges? At first glance, it sounds cool, like living on a giant cosmic dice. But life here would be very different. Gravity would still pull toward the center of the cube, not directly down from each face. So if you stood in the middle of a flat face, things would feel normal. But the closer you walk to the edge, the weirder it would get. Down would tilt diagonally, pulling you toward the cube's center. This strange pull would completely reshape the atmosphere. Air and water wouldn't spread evenly. The centers of each face might stay calm, but the edges and corners would become zones of chaos. Massive storm systems would swirl along the edges, permanent storm highways encircling the planet. On a spherical Earth, sunlight moves smoothly, giving us our familiar day night cycle. But a cube, that's a whole different story. Flat faces would soak up sunlight evenly, while the edges would cast vast, jagged shadows. The middle of each face would experience a normal sunrise and sunset. But near the edges, sunset would stretch endlessly, twilight lasting for hours. Seasons would also break down, depending on the cube's tilt. Some faces might be blasted with months of sunlight, while others remain frozen in near permanent darkness. Now, let's talk about water. Water always flows toward the lowest point, the center of gravity. On a cube, that means each face's middle would collect enormous oceans. Picture six gigantic square seas on the each side of the planet. The edges and corners, on the other hand, would tower like colossal mountain ranges, dry, wide-swept, maybe even icy, natural barriers cutting each face off from the others. Traveling from one ocean to another wouldn't just be hard, it might be impossible without advanced technology. So, what about life? In the calm centers of each face, life might adapt, but those chaotic edges and dark corners, almost uninhabitable. Weather would be violent, gravity disorienting, and resources unevenly spread. Civilizations would probably rise separately on each face, isolated by oceans and impassable mountains. Instead of connected world, a cube Earth might hold six different isolated ecosystems, or none at all. So yes, cubic Earth sounds cool in theory, but in reality, it would be chaotic, stormy, and possibly lifeless. And maybe that's why the universe doesn't play dice with planets. Round isn't just a coincidence, it's the shape of survival.